Raiders, bro. Hey, chill, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Devontae Adams to come to my squad, man. It's working me
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
There you go. I ain't mad at you.
Yo, listen, let's talk some football right quick. How hyped are you for tomorrow, man?
I'm excited, man. I'm real excited. I was excited last year. We started out with an L though. The Lions came over to Kansas City and got us up out of here, but we know how the season ended up. So yeah, I'm super excited. Rematch of the what's the AFC title game?
AFC championship, AFC title
Yeah.
for the Ravens, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, man. It's gonna be good. Arrowhead's gonna be rocking. Trying to decide if I'm gonna go or not. I still haven't figured it out. I'll figure out last minute, probably more afternoon. So,
okay. Listen, are you guys gonna three-peat? That's the question I want to know. The answer.
Man, I mean, obviously the whole it's never been. It's not something that's easy. But I mean, at the end of the day, like when Mahomes gets to the playoffs, anything can happen. And our division is so light. It's just like I don't foresee us missing the playoffs at all. So it's really about which quarterback, Burrow, Jackson, Rodgers. Which one of them is going to step up and like get Mahomes out of here in the playoffs. Like going to take that. Allen. Going to take that big. That big step. So
yeah, Josh gonna take a big step back. I think, man.
Well, he's just so good, but he don't got no weapons at all. Really, like I mean, he's left with very little.
But hold on, Ward. What the complaint was Stephon Diggs is mad because he wasn't getting a rock, right? So they're winning games without giving him the ball, though. So
I guess.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Just having Stephon Diggs on the field, though, is like, is important. Whether he's getting the rock or not, So they lost Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis was clutch for them a few times.
Jacksonville, right?
Yep, they went to Jacksonville. So, now they got, Keon Coleman, the rookie. They got maybe another. I'm trying to think. Khalid.
Listen, man, I don't mind the Bills being trash, sir. They're my division.
I know.
Respectfully, please listen. I'm here for the Patriots to do trash. I'm here for the Bills to do trash. The Dolphins, but the Dolphins kind of scare me a little bit though, because I know Waddle and Cheetah and two.
They got that backfield, Mostert and A-Chain, and they stay with an offense. You know what I mean? And they would have been a lot. I feel like had they stayed healthy defensively going into the playoffs last year, it would have been a different type of game. You know what I mean? But they lost Bradley Chubb. They lost a key linebacker. I don't know if it was Kiko Alonso. I don't remember exactly what they lost. A couple key defensive players. Going into that game with the Chiefs. So
the Texans scare me too, though.
Texans, bro. That's that team.
Where did this come from? I don't understand. The Texans all of a sudden did a 360 in 1 year. I did not see that happen at all.
And I always appreciate teams that did it through the draft. You know what I mean? Like C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Dameon Pierce. These are guys that they drafted. It's not really like a lot of people jumping ship. Now I know Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon now are there, which is two great additions. You know what I mean? But yeah, I rock with him. I rock with DeMeco Ryans too. I think he's a good coach. I know you don't like the Patriots. I hope Gerard Mayo does well as a coach. I know you forget the Patriots, but I like Gerard Mayo.
No, I don't want to do good. No, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to do good. No, sorry, Gerard Mayo.
And so so we'll see, man. We'll see.
Listen, it's your division to win, man. Y'all are the favorites in the AFC.
Yeah, man. You got Gardner Minshew.
The Bengals, though, man. Joe Burrow is my guy, though. I rock with Burrow heavy, though. That's my guy.
Yeah,
I love
that
Joe
division's gonna be tough too, man. I mean, I think Deshaun Watson might be a shell of himself. I don't know if he'll ever get it back.
Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of
and so it's really the Ravens and Bengals, kind of over there with the Pittsburgh and the Browns, maybe. But
and just my luck, War, the Jets. Trent Williams resigned. They said, I mean, good Lord, Christian McCaffrey's all of a sudden going to practice this week and everything.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Everybody, Brandon Ayuk got his money. Everybody's ready to go. Ready to go, man.
You doing fantasy?
Yeah, I'm in 5 leagues, unfortunately. 4 of them I've been in for over 5 years. You know what I mean? So they're my and then I'm in last year I started a dynasty league. I've never done a dynasty league before. So
what's that? Educate me. What's that?
So you keep your players and then every year you just draft the rookies. So I'm literally the manager. So last year I got my team and that's my team for this year too. But when the NFL draft happens, you go in and you draft rookies to your team.
Right.
And you kind of do it that way. So you stay with. It's not like where you just keep one player and keep 2 players. You keep the whole squad. So that's been interesting. You can trade draft picks. I could trade this guy in my next year's second round. Type stuff. Yeah.
I got one league. I got Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, my quarterbacks.
No, but is it 2 quarterbacks or just one?
2 quarterbacks. Well, one quarterback, but one
And
quarterback. Really. Mahomes. I'm gonna ride Mahomes till he has a bye, of course. Till he has a bye, unless Aaron Rodgers has a good couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I know we were excited last year too, man. So you just sit here like but I mean,
last year my feelings was hurt to watch Aaron Rodgers go down last year. It's just like, I literally want to be like, why do I like sports? I don't want to like sports. I just hate sports when I see stuff like that happen, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm excited to see because everybody's very high on Breece Hall, and I think Breece Hall is good, but there's a lot of pressure on him to kind of become one of those top 5 running backs in the league. You know what I mean? And so I definitely think he's good, but I'm excited to see that. I mean, just a lot of questions. Is Garrett Wilson now that he's got Rodgers? Is he going to be that dude? Mike Williams.
Garrett Wilson's that guy. We're not doing that. Garrett Wilson is that guy.
Mike Williams is actually a nice little addition too. If he can stay healthy.
He can stay healthy, exactly.
Mike Williams is a nice addition. So I'm excited to watch the Jets, man.
All right. Well, brother, listen, man. You're going from one legend to the next. Like the story was hollow. Like, how do you feel, brother? Let's talk, man.
Man, it's really dope, bro. It's really dope. Hollow, I mean, I'm not gonna act like Hollow hit me. He wanted to battle me. You know what I mean? And so, I thought that was very flattering, and and he was like, "Yo, Ward, I want to lock in with you." You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, "Yo, that's dope. That's dope of him to feel like I'm that much of a caliber of opponent to headline an event with him." You know what I mean? And so. So I'm just going into the same way I went in with the Source, the same way I told you with the Source. It's just like, these guys are legends in their own right, whether or not you believe they're performing at the level that they are, which, I mean, they aren't, that's just how I feel, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to get a vintage Hollow, you know what I mean? I would love that.
Yes.
And sometimes new leagues, new cities and everything can bring that out of you.
Good point.
A Milwaukee crowd that's never seen Hollow live before, a new just energy around it. You know what I mean? Can bring that out of your performance. So, I'm really hoping for that. Once again, one of the better freestyler and rebuttalers of our day and age. In regards to that. So that's dope to match up with him in the ring. That. And then my debut on Black Ice, I've always wanted to be on Black Ice. I've always really had an appreciation for their platform and what they do. And then to be able to do it in the cage, that's just super fire, man. The aesthetic, the visuals, and then me Hollow, you know what I mean? Like that's that's just crazy, man. I'm super excited for it.
How much are you the favorite in this battle? Because I feel like the Av battle with Hollow. I'm not. You know what's funny though? Respectfully, I got you winning the battle, right? I think a lot of people, from what I'm seeing, have you winning. But what I'm noticing though, Hollow has still people out here still saying, "Listen, man, regardless of the Av battle, I still got to be the A-Ward." There's some people telling me that. You know what I mean? So how do you feel about
I mean, there's groups of people that will ride for Hollow regardless, and groups of people that will ride against me, regardless. You know what I mean? There's those kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
Going into it, I always look at battle rap from a sports standpoint. You know what I mean? I always talk about how just because Hollow is let's say Nebraska, right? Like a traditional powerhouse Hall of Fame program. You know what I mean? Yes. That doesn't mean that he's automatically ranked this year. You know what I mean? Right. So I always try to put it in he's not. At one point in time, he was, and so I always try to look at that. So from a standpoint of what I've been doing over the last few years and this year, going into it, I would assume that I would be the favorite in the battle, that's just based off just the level of my content, my material, and the performances that I've been having with Rock and Thesaurus and plenty of other battlers that I've battled this year, Bangs and all of them, so. But that doesn't mean that at any given time Hollow can't just put on a performance that is just like whoa, I just remember battling Reed, and I felt like one of those Reed rounds kind of had whoa, okay, here we go, Reed, I see you, you know what I mean? I felt like I wanted to battle clear, but I just remember these guys, they can tap into that, Also, battling me, like there's a lot to talk about, a lot to talk about. And so, Hollow, if he comes in there, like he could really get into some content and some material that he's never tapped into before, just battling different kinds of like stylistic guys, So I think that'll be interesting at what angles and the way he approaches that kind of stuff. So
were you and Hollow already in the mixy when he battled Av already? When after battle was
we've been booked for a while, yeah. We have been in talks, but he's a name that I mentioned, to RBE, even like up until like last, probably 2022, 2023.
Yes.
So it's definitely been a name that I continue. It's a name that I send Remy when she asks for a list of names. Like, people always ask me, like, I'm always sending Hollow, Calico, Av, Jazz, T-Top, these guys, these are the names, that I'm sending, to people when they're asking me about like, main card, main stage type battles. So, it's been something that I've wanted for a while, I've had contact with Black Ice and before we even booked the Hollow battle, like I seen them, I believe I seen them at the Gage battle when I battled Gage.
Oh, battle Gage. Okay.
Yeah, and we chopped about me getting on their platform. So they were definitely trying to book me, and I think that what it worked out was when they were asking Hollow, Hollow was like, Ward is a name that I want, so it worked out to where, so we locked in. But yeah, I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited I just love it being on Black Ice and being in the cage. Like that's what I just love that. Like yes, it would have been fire, max out 5 if there, if RBE was the thing,
right,
or Master 7 or whatever, it would have been fire or whatever. But I really just love it being like Black Ice in the cage. It's so like out of left field, but yet so like the demand for it is still high.
And to piggyback on what you're saying, right? Obviously, you are king of the dot RBE, right? I gotta be honest. I'm kind of glad Black Ice Cartel is getting a matchup of this magnitude with you and Hollow. I'm kind of glad their platform is getting this bad as a main event. And this card is nice though, Ward.
And they gave us a great, with T-Rock and Bankhead earlier this year, like that event they had with T-Rock and Bankhead. Yes. They gave us a great,
Coffee E-Hawk battle on that card.
Yeah. So like, they've been cooking this year, so for them to reach out, and man, like the negotiation process was smooth. Like the minute I said this was what they said, boom, we got you. There was no, not anything like that. So it was all just like when it makes you feel better as battlers whenever, people are not talking you down or this, that. It makes you feel like, yo, they really want this battle,
How much for you guys as battle rappers that who's on the card plays a part? Does that play a part for you? Who's on the card? Are you one of those guys that care about that?
No, I never asked. I never been asked any other names on the card. I found out, that Mike P and Bankhead were battling when I was talking to Mike P a couple of days before Massacre. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's dope. Like I didn't even like. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a nice card, And then the Ford and Vixen, I found out a couple of days before Massacre too. So I mean, it'd been months probably since I think this battle got booked in maybe May or June, you know what I mean? And so it's been a while, that I never asked, like I'm not that kind of battler, you know what I mean? Like I don't say I got to
like that. You don't give me that vibe.
Battlers are like that, like what? And then they'll find out they're not main event or this, that, and the third. Like honestly, whenever I found out, and I knew that when I found out Vixen and 40 Bars were battling, right? I thought to myself that might be the main event because Vixen's from Milwaukee. I do know like Hollow and A Ward, like it kind of carries up, you know what I mean? But I just thought like, hey, if Vixen wanted to be like, yo, this is Black Ice. I'm from Milwaukee. I'm battling, the most watched, female. So I mean, but I don't get tied into all of that kind of stuff, I know you see the Twitter conversation right now, the whole battle rap Hall of Fame. How many main events?
How
many times I probably could have said like in getting booked, like, yeah, but I have to be main event. You know what I mean? Like I don't operate in that. I don't care. Guess what? I put on some of the best performances of the night, whether I get first, second, third, fourth, or last. And
one thing about you, it doesn't matter who's on the card. You're gonna do what you got to do regardless.
Yeah.
But I will say this: so for Black Ice to have this, man, how long A Ward main event the cage, no order, y'all Black Ice Cartel, you got Vixen 40 Bars, Bankhead Mike P, Rum Nitty, Killer B, Fonz on the card, JC and Showstopper. Shout out to Showstopper. Danger Zone and C3. They got Kitchen Clean.
That's gonna be a fire battle. I think Danger Zone and C3 is a very nice match.
That could be a good battle. That could be a very good battle.
Yeah, and cut and clean. Yeah, I like cut and clean too.
But how does it feel to have your face on a Marquito, sir?
You know what I mean? Hey, man, listen, I'm blessed, bro. Anytime somebody opens up their wallet and decides to book me to come out and rap, man, I'm blessed. You know what I mean? Like I just look at it that way. You know, I get to battle Hollow the Don, bro. Like that's just crazy to say. You know, like I told you when I thought about battling Thesaurus, when I thought about battling Reed, when some of these names, like bro, I'm battling Hollow the Don. Like, you know, I'm gonna spend a week just thinking about that. You know, and then I'm gonna be like, yo, now we got to get into this bag. The same round that got Thesaurus up out of here. You know, we got to jump on that. You know, we got to make sure we come out the gate swinging with Hollow just as well,
like Thesaurus, right?
Yep,
or even more. Can I say that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's I'll say this much: just battling like a legend, is straight to another legend. Like there are some little things that I'm like, you know what, you know, and there's a few things I wrote, you know, like I could have had a few goat flips for Thesaurus, but I thought, no, that goat flip, I can use that one on Hollow. You know what I mean? I can use that legend bar on Hollow. I might run
How do you feel about the Hall of Fame talk that was on social media today? I saw that though. How do you feel about that conversation?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny conversation. What we do a lot of times is we ask this broad subject and then we don't set like any kind of context or parameters
behind it, right?
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what, like let's talk about Battle Rap Hall of Fame. Well, if there's only 20 people in the Battle Rap Hall of Fame, I'm probably not in the Battle Rap Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, so like if you're putting me up against that, but if it's something that, you know, you're looking at like, you know, hey, I mean, what's Battle Rap's been on YouTube since what? It popped up on YouTube, what, 2005, 6? Is that?
Oh my God, I could say around there probably, right?
Maybe let's just say 20 years. You know what I mean?
All right.
You know, the first decade I wasn't here, and the last decade I feel like I've been dominant in. You know what I mean? And so, like, when you talk about like Hall of Famers, automatically the guys that were here first, we throw them in there, right? That's first ballot. They set the foundation. Boom, 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 boom. But like, if you think about the last 10 years of battle rap, like especially the last 6, like you can't really mention it like without mentioning A Ward. You know what I mean? Like you can't talk about, you know, what's been going on since 2017, like without mentioning me as one of like the top 10 battle rappers consistently for 7 years. You know what I mean? And so that's why I just say, like, you know, like when you talk about Hall of Fame, this, that, and the third, it's like there's a big, you know, I'm not taking my foot off the gas either, but
you're still going. You're still going though.
There's a consistency of, you know, going to be, you know, 10 to 15 years of performing at the highest level of battle rap, you know. And so I think that, you know, a lot of people have said like, yo, Ward is one of them ones, whether he retires right now, you know, and that's just kind of based off what I've been able to do in the ring. But you're always going to have the guys that you see on Twitter, like he's not on URL, so he can't be. But like, I mean, we wouldn't say that Ilmac can't ever be in the Battle Rap Hall of Fame. We would never even utter those words.
I would never utter those words. I wouldn't even say no
you know what I mean?
He's first ballot.
Yeah, exactly. First ballot. Boom. You know what I mean? And you know, even Thesaurus too. I know he did a 1-rounder against Holmes, but that had no impact on him. You know what I mean? So like to those guys, you know, they want to act like I don't even pay them any mind, you know, because when you're looking like the state of battle rap, it fluctuates, man. It goes here, you know what I mean? I remember 2017 when King of the Dot was probably on top. And then URL hit the caffeine and everything. It took over. And then now, like, what are you talking about? Battle rap cards of the year right now. You're looking at Massacre. You're looking at Riot. You're looking at Politics as usual. You're looking at, you know, Trenches. You know what I mean? Like all of these like battles of the year, moments of the year, cards of the year and stuff. They're not dominated by the league. You know what I mean? Much respect to the URL and what people, you know, but it's a different era that we're in, you know?
And if people on your resume, man, I'm looking at here, man. Just want to read off some names here for the people that might not know. Right. Arsenal Averb, Big K, Bill Collector, Bonnie Godiva, Charlie Clips, Sharon, Chef Trez, Cortez, Danny Myers, DNA, Geechee Twice, Hollow the Don, Ill Will, Ilmac, Clean, Lou Castro, Mike Myron, O-Red, QB Black Diamond, Real Deal, Real Sick, Real $3, Rum Nitty, Shotgun Shook, Tay-Rock, Thesaurus, and Vixen. And those are names. There's more names that were missing. A whole multitude of other names in there.
That's my thing.
You know?
That's 29 battles right there, right? So that's 29 battles when you count the Geechee twice. And actually, I battled Clips twice, too, technically. So that's 30 battles right there. You know what I mean? Like, and that's since 2017, right? So that's 7 years, 30 battles. Like, that's 4 Hall of Fame legendary type opponents a year, every year for 7 years. So people like to focus on, Ward battles a bunch of nobodies. But if you take those 30 names, now you might take Lou Castro, Mac Myron. No offense to them, but they probably don't have the. But you're looking you're looking at 30 names, averaging I think the math is 4.25. You know what I mean? So 4 1/4 of those type of caliber opponents a year for 7 years straight. So that's why when people get to the narratives of, oh, well, he did 10 battles against nobodies. Yeah, I get that, but I'm also competing against the best of the best multiple times a year, every year.
Do you guys ever get nervous going to new leagues? You stepping into new facility, new leagues, or is it like you're so used to this already? It's like
no, yeah. I mean, so the big thing to me is like is more so like Milwaukee, right?
Right.
It's not close to anything. Like if I go to Jersey, if I go to Philly, if I go to Boston, if I go to New York, and they're all 2 hours. It's all 2 hours away from each other. Right. It's like the same type of feel. Everybody's popping out. Like you pop up in Milwaukee, these are really new faces, new types of people that have never seen you battle live before.
Right.
You go to Atlanta. I go to a Riot event in Atlanta, same as a Riot event in RBE, same as an RBE event in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like you get used to that.
Yes.
Same with like LA. You do something with Riot in LA, or you do something with Westworld or whatever. Right. So when you go to a place like Milwaukee or a place like Austin, Texas, or St. Louis, or let's say Memphis, any of those kind of areas, Louisiana, like these are really like the faces of people that have never seen you perform before. So there is a nervousness of like, all right, I want to make sure I put on for them. There's not, right. I mean, I know I'm gonna go in and cook regardless. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm gonna do that, but it's like, this is their first time seeing me live. I want to make sure, that they have a great time.
Yes. So how you feel about the Hollow ad battle? How do you feel about the battle itself?
Man, I didn't watch it all, honestly. I need to go back and watch it now. So, I was doing something. I was at an event battling, I think. I don't remember where I was at when it was going on. But I just remember, I remember looking on Twitter and people saying Hollow was up 1-0. And the next thing I know, everybody was saying Av 3-0. And so I was just like, maybe it was one of those situations where Av beat him in the second and third so bad that they were just like, yeah, that first wasn't close either,
Yeah, mishaps, though. Yeah, mishaps.
Mishaps.
Yeah, he had some mishaps to the battle and stuff like that.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't see none of that.
He wasn't hollow, quote unquote hollow. He wasn't hollow. Like battle Ill Will or one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but that's the thing though. Like the Ill Will hollow, right? Like
fire. Woo!
Right?
Yes. Absolutely.
So that's what I gotta prepare for.
Yeah, that's what you gotta prepare for because you never know a hollow. You know what I mean? I thought with the Twerk battle, I don't know if you saw that battle, him and Twerk. I had Twerk winning the battle, I had Av winning and stuff like that. But Hollow's still one of the GOATs though. And I know at any time this brother could turn it on. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to turn it on. I'm pretty sure he's hearing the whispers and everything like that. You guys see what's going on and stuff when fans are talking about you guys wins or losses, aspects and battles and stuff like that. And Milwaukee main event, you know what I'm saying? He was the main event. No, Easy was the co-main event, pardon me. But yeah, I'm interested in the battle, man. I want to see what you and Hollow.
Yeah, man. I like I said, I want that vintage Hollow. I want that Ill Will Hollow. You know what I mean? Like I said, if it turns out the same as the Thesaurus battle, where it's a clear dub, that's still good for me too. That's still like okay. Well, I mean, it is. No matter what, it's like. But here's the thing though, and this is no slight to Thesaurus. I don't want to feel this Thesaurus. It's like. Thesaurus doesn't do the views Hollow does, right? Yes. So if I was to have a classic battle with Thesaurus, it might do 150,000 views. You know what I mean? If I have a classic battle with Hollow where he's vintage Hollow, who knows? You know what I mean? You can get up to 700, close to 1 million views.
Real quick. Yes, you can.
And so in those situations where it's if I go in there and body Hollow. He ain't gonna share it. He ain't gonna this. It might do 200. 250, something like that. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win for me. If I go in there and smoke him, get him straight up out of here, then I got that. I bodied 2 legends, Thesaurus and Hollow, back to back. Cool. If I go in there and have a classic with him, then I get the views and the shares and the battle of the year type stuff.
a win for you over Thesaurus and Hollow the Don back to back. Should that be highlighted more if that happens?
Especially after beating Rock too. I mean,
I had you beat the Rock, so you know how I feel about that battle.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I got calls this week for 2 more big cards, with 2 more big opponents, So I haven't locked them in or anything like that. But like, if I go in here and get Hollow up out of here, and then I go in here and do what I'm supposed to do in those next 2 battles, if they get locked in, like right now, and I don't do this a whole lot. There was one year where like the year that I felt like I beat Geechee the end of the year and Geechee won champion of the year. I think I finished 5th, and I thought for myself, like, I should be champion of the year. I should be number 1. Like you don't catch me too much like jumping in and saying I should win it. Right, and I have even been on that. Just posted like my resume and been like, yo, I'm still cooking. I'm still a top 15. Right. I'm still easy, a top 15 type person. I go in here and get Hollow up out of here, and if these last 2 battles get booked, and I do what I'm supposed to do, like then my name needs to be in the 2 or 3, 4 people that are being discussed as to who should be the champion of the year.
Wow. I like that. Av. I know Av wants you. Av wants to battle you, A1. I know this for a fact. I know this, man.
That's the one right there. Yeah, that's one. That's one of them ones, man, and that's one of the ones I want. The last Riot was working on an event they were going to do. It's supposed to be this weekend. You know what I mean? They ended up pushing it back. So, that was the name that we were discussing, trying to get that locked in. That's a battle that I want. I know we just saw a flyer drop a couple days ago for a big event popping. I don't know if they got other battles on that event, but
listen, let's get to that. Let's stop the bullshit. You and Hitman got a good relationship. You guys have a great relationship.
Listen, I promise you, the world is not going to be disappointed if you add A-Ward versus Av to that card right there. I promise you, they're not going to be disappointed.
No, we will not, sir. No, we will not. Hey, Hitman, let me tell you this right now, sir. If you put Av and A-Ward on Bags and Bodies, sir, the culture's not mad, my boy. We are not mad, sir.
Look, all I need is a couple $100 and some Wildin' Out tickets, man. Just holler at me, man. Just holler at me.
Oh man, are you expecting Hollow to hit you without rebuttals? Is it one of those battles?
I hope so, yeah. And one thing Hollow does is so seamless is he doesn't start his round with the rebuttals. He finds ways to incorporate the freestyles mid-round, end of round, and stuff like that. And that's why I say I want vintage Hollow. Just ways of just showing off those freestyles and everything.
Yes.
It's tough, man. It's tough going into battles when there's an expectation to rebuttal, like because it's not really something you can just turn on and turn off, and you don't want to force it because then it makes it look trash,
Yes.
But if the energy's there, if he's cooking, like, and that's most of the time, like, if my opponent is cooking, and the energy's there, like, I could tap into it, and we can, if I don't feel like you're giving me anything that's worth, turning around and saying, then it's hard to. So I think if he comes in there and he puts on and does, a good job, then everything will work itself out.
Do you have any battles between now and October?
No. Well, I got the compliment battle, but it's already written. So it's like the one with Chef Trez. I'm battling Chef Trez on Roan's Barstool event, and that's next weekend. So that's already written. So I got, the next month to really just lock in.
Hollow the focus only.
All Hollow. Yep. College football is the only thing that's distracting me from Hollow done.
What's that? Football?
It's college football. I do have a tour. Me and Loso have a tour in Ireland here in 2.5 weeks. We're doing 4 shows in Ireland.
Really? Wow.
Yes, we're doing 4 poetry shows in Dublin and Cork. I think it's September 18th through the 21st, 22nd or something like that. So, yeah, so that'll be fun. But, I mean, I'll still be writing.
Were you in Alaska with Danny Myers?
I was. Yep. I just got back. It was good, man. It was really good, man. Shout out to Too Loud 2. I think it's Too Loud 2 Dive Battlegrounds. But, like, they put on, bro. Like, they had a good group of people. Like, it was at, like, a nice little bar area. For being in Anchorage, Alaska, you just don't know, like, what kind of battle rap fans are going to show up, But there might have been 100 people in that little bar, like everybody around and just enjoying battle rap, and everybody was super nice. I battled one rounder against him, Ratchet Rico. He does a lot on We Go Hard in the Trap. He's from New York and North Carolina. He reps on both. But yeah, it was really cool, man. It was not good for my physical health. I mean, I was just straight to Alaska and straight back. Like yesterday, I slept 4 hours just randomly because I'm still on all kinds of other time. You know what I mean? So, but as far as the battle and everything, like we had a good time.
So have you started writing for Hollow yet, or you just?
I just jotted down a few bars. You know what I mean? Like You got time. Yeah. I did a Google search on how many times the Bible says the word lean. And so like I'm just gonna try and figure out how to lean not on your own understanding, get all your ways out the gym.
Oh man.
But that's I mean my preparation is different for everybody, but a lot of times like a couple weeks of just think, jot some stuff down, and then 2 weeks before the battle, usually I just get in that mode of of writing it all out.
Are we gonna get you in Twerk next year?
Need to, yeah, we need to, yeah.
You Twerk have to happen next year, man. By 2025.
Once he gets a new manager, if he gets a new manager, we could book him whenever. But until then, I don't know. But
manager, yeah. Oh man, you gotta get a manager.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Twerk is always going to be Twerk. You know what I mean? I feel like regardless if he's having an up year or a down year, everybody's still going to always want to see A Ward versus Twerk. Because they know what he's capable of doing, what I'm capable of doing. So, it was in talks recently, when I was in talks with URL about possibly doing, a couple battles over there, just as early as about 3 months ago. Like we talked about T-Top and Twerk being two battles, their direction just kind of changed, with some things. Like I wanted like a Summer Madness battle, and like obviously it's Kings versus Queens Summer Madness, so some direction change. Kind of just tabled a lot of those conversations or whatever.
That's next year. Is it next year, right?
But I feel like we have a good rapport. Like there's no like any kind of beef with them or anything like that. It's just kind of like making it make sense,
If you never battled URL, would you be all right with that?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that, man.
I think you're totally fine with that, man.
Yeah. I mean, yes, like I want to battle Loaded Lux, you know what I mean? I want to battle Murder Mook. I would love those battles, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna be totally fine if those battles never happen, But so when I say that, I say yes, I would love for Smack to be like from Kansas City, hey, motherfucking Ward, whatever. Like I would love to hear Smack, like
Smack. You gotta butcher your name up though. It's not right. It's not official.
A word, or something like that. He might call me A Word,
Oh man, that's
but yeah. So I would love that. Like I can't say, that's definitely a bucket list type thing. But from everything that I've done in battle rap, like my thoughts on success or my thoughts on what I've given to the culture, whatever, is not contingent upon being on a URL or even like battle.
How does it feel? All those names I read off a second ago, and you did not go. None of those battles were the biggest league in battle rap.
Honest with you, what I really want most, and I listen. When somebody want to tell me, like only thing you need validation for is for parking. You know what I mean? And so, but like what I really would want people to recognize most is that this wave of independence that you guys are applauding so much now, it started here. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would want the most. It's like, hey, like the Easies, even Mike P's coming out, all of these things that the guys
Shine, you got Shine,
and stuff like that. Like is what I've been clinging to and saying my entire career, and I was literally berated and tossed around for 5 years, 5-6 years about it. And it's like, yo, that's what I was trying to tell y'all. You know what I mean? Like every interview after every battle, I got 110 battles, the first 75 battles. Ward, when you going to go to URL? I'm not signing no exclusive. I'm not signing. Ward, oh, you're not nothing. You need to just sign it. Do this, boom, boom. And then now we're in an era where everybody's applauding the independents. And it's just like, yo, like as they should.
Right.
But don't forget who Talk
heavy, Ward. Talk heavy, though.
Don't forget,
All right. Oh man, talk heavy. Yeah, that's a fact though. That is a fact though. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to you and Hollow, man. We definitely gonna chop it up after the battle, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got one battle, the compliment battle, and then Hollow, right?
Hollow, yep.
And a secret battle at the end of the year. What's going on?
Two of them this week. Like there's like basically I gave them my prices and they crunching numbers and we figuring out if it's gonna make sense and there's two really big cards. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, I told you when I got booked for Thesaurus, I was like, you know,
Yeah.
I told you about, you know, insinuated the hollow card, you know. So if I say that it's gonna be a, you know, it's gonna be something like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm really hoping to get those locked in because it's against two really, I mean, it's two opponents that'll go right on that list, right there that you were just talking about. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
My brother, I appreciate you as always, King.
My guy, I'll be tapped in, man. Go Jets. You know.
Hopefully we see you on the AFC Championship game. That'll be fire. That'll be real fire. You know what I mean?
Now you got to deal with another white Christian. His name's McCaffrey. His last name's McCaffrey, bro. So you know, go take care of business, man.
Listen, all I need is this. I need Jordan Travis, the quarterback of FSU. I want him to learn for Rod for the next 2-3 years. I want to get all that game in there. And
we can sit here and talk about FSU for the next 20 minutes because he must have been the greatest thing ever for that program because after his injury, they fell completely off the map.
That was terrible, bro. That was just terrible. Man, that was Lord.
Yeah,
brother, I appreciate you though, brother.
Appreciate you three. I'll talk to you later, bro.
Always, man. Shout out.